Good afternoon, and welcome graduates, faculty, family, and friends. The 2024 commencement ceremony is now in order. If you can please stand for our national anthem performed by the Amadeus Quartet. Y'all may be seated. We will now have the invocation by Reverend Dr. David Anthony Spencer, Jr.
Let us bow our heads for a word of prayer. Gracious God, God of justice, law, and righteousness, we gather today to say thank you and recognize the accomplishments of those individuals present now. We're grateful for your love and the promise you've made to never leave us. We invite you in this space as we celebrate love, sacrifice, and reward. We're thankful for the family and friends who have journeyed with our graduates to complete such a difficult goal. We thank you for the John Marshall Law School. We're grateful for the faculty and staff who have given so much to make this day a reality for all. As we prepare to recognize these graduates, let it be a reminder that we can do all things with your assistance and the support of our community. Finally, thank you for the joy that is shared and enjoyed in this very moment. We give you praise, honor, and glory. In your name we pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty and staff, proud family members, and most importantly, our extraordinary graduates of Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. Today, we assemble not just to mark a milestone, but to celebrate an incredible journey, one that spans 90 years of unwavering dedication to legal education and the pursuit of justice. As we gather here for the 2024 commencement ceremony, we are not only honoring the achievements of our graduates, but also paying tribute to the enduring legacy of Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. Before we delve into significant milestones, it's essential to recognize the remarkable individuals who played a pivotal role in getting our graduates to this point. Right now, I'm speaking of our distinguished faculty and staff, whose unwavering commitment to excellence has nurtured the legal minds before us today. Faculty and staff, wherever you are in the building, please stand. Graduates, please join me in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to our faculty and staff. We can do better than that. Thank you. Additionally, we must acknowledge the families, spouses, significant others, and loved ones who have been unwavering sources of support throughout this challenging journey. Your encouragement, sacrifices, and steadfast belief in our graduates have been instrumental in their success. Your presence here today is a testament to the profound role you played in their achievements. Graduates, please stand and turn and extend a heartfelt gratitude to your support system. Today, as we celebrate our 90th commencement ceremony, I want to share with you the stories of some exceptional alumni who have walked these halls and gone on to make significant contributions to the legal profession and society at large. These stories serve as milestones that highlight the remarkable journey of Atlanta's John Marshall Law School over the past 90 years. Our history is a tapestry woven with the tales of resilience, dedication, and the pursuit of justice. From the beginnings as the Law School of the South, 90 years ago, this institution has consistently embodied a commitment to serving non-traditional students, like Johnny Paul Jones. He was one of 8 men who walked down Auburn Avenue as the city's first Black police officers in 1948. He took classes at John Marshall Law Schools before law schools were required and mandated to integrate. John Marshall welcomed him. Another extraordinary graduate, McAllister Upshaw, graduated 3rd in his class, demonstrating remarkable determination by taking all his class notes in Braille and having cases read to him aloud in the law library by his family. His story serves as a testament to the unwavering spirit of John Marshall Law School students. And then there's Leon Rosen, who was the first refugee after World War II to be awarded a law degree in Georgia. He overcame unimaginable challenges, including surviving 7 Nazi concentration camps, 4 Soviet Union prisons, and hard labor in Siberia. There's former U.S. Congressman Doug Collins of the 9th District, demonstrated his commitment to public service by attending John Marshall Law School part-time while serving in the Georgia House of Representatives. Then we have Judge Alan Blackburn, who served 18 years on the Georgia Court of Appeals, including 2 years as Chief Justice. He attended John Marshall Law School at night while working for Southern Bell Telephone Company, showing the school's dedication to accommodating working professionals. Judge Rhonda Crusager, the first African-American Superior Court judge in Griffin Judicial Circuit, brought her experience as a forensic serologist and forensic toxicologist to the legal field after attending John Marshall. Coincidentally, she was our 2022 commencement speaker. We have Dr. Lawrence Schlachter, a board-certified neurosurgeon who performed over 10,000 surgical procedures on the brain and spine. He attended John Marshall Law School after retiring from medical practice. Dr. Schlachter now serves on our board of directors. Benjamin Forston Jr., despite being paralyzed from the waist down in a car accident, served 2 terms in the Georgia House of Representatives, was elected to the Georgia Senate, and appointed Georgia Secretary of State, becoming the longest-serving Secretary of State of Georgia. Judge Isaac Jeanneret became the 2nd Black Georgian to serve in Fulton County Superior Court bench in the early 1980s. In 1998, Judge Alvin Wong became the first Asian American elected to judgeship in the South. In 2004, Judge Gloria Reed became Clayton County's first full-time black magistrate judge, breaking barriers in her field. Then we have Judge Ronald Ramsey, made history as the first black Georgian to hold office of a municipal court judge in the city of Stone Mountain. He served as a member of the Georgia State Senate from 2007 to 2015. He also happens to be this year's commencement speaker. Judge Angela Duncan of the Superior Court of Gwinnett County became the first openly gay Superior Court judge in Gwinnett County and delivered our commencement speech in 2021. And then in 2022, we celebrated Louise Thornton Hornsby as our Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. She was only the sixth black woman to pass a Georgia bar in 1964, paving the way for countless others. And in 2023, we proudly recognized John Burns as the Speaker of the Georgia House of Representatives, who attended John Marshall Law School at night. Finally, we recognize Adam Malone, a top 10 attorney in Georgia by Super Lawyers, is the first alumni chairman of the Board of Directors of John Marshall Law School. Recently, he honored his late friend and classmate with the S. Bradley Hawk Memorial Scholarship, which was one of the largest monetary gifts in the law school's 90-year history. These are only some of the remarkable stories of our alumni. Their stories reflect not only the quality of education they received, but also the dedication to service, social justice, and pursuit of excellence that defines this institution. As we commemorate this 90th anniversary, let us be inspired by the achievements of our alumni and recommit ourselves to the values of justice, inclusivity, and the pursuit of knowledge that Atlanta's John Marshall Law School has championed for nearly a century. Together, we can continue to shape the future of the legal profession and make a lasting impact on our community and beyond. Graduates, as you embark on this new chapter, remember, you are not only the inheritors of a rich legacy, but also the torchbearers of the principles that have shaped our institution. Let us speak your name over the next 90 years when we speak of the rich history of our alumni in Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. The torch is now passed to you. Congratulations, class of 2024. As you step into the world as legal professionals, carry with you the spirit of Atlanta's John Marshall Law School, and let justice, inclusivity, and excellence be your guiding principles. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. Next, we will hear remarks from the President of the Student Bar Association, Mr. Ricky Panioti.
Once upon a time, in the hallowed halls of academia, there existed a noble quest known as the pursuit of legal knowledge. It was once a journey embarked upon by those passionate about justice, a thirst for understanding, and a commitment to upholding the rule of law. In the ancient days of legal education, aspiring lawyers would venture to study the intricacies and jurisprudence under the tutelage of wise scholars and learned practitioners. These early scholars would immerse themselves in studying legal principles, precedent, and philosophy, laying the groundwork for what would eventually become the modern legal profession. As time passed and societies evolved, so did the practice of law. With the rise of formal legal institutions and the need for standardized legal education, the concept of the Juris Doctor degree began to take shape. It was envisioned as a comprehensive program of study that would equip aspiring lawyers with the knowledge, skills, and ethical foundation necessary to navigate the complexities of the legal landscape. The Juris Doctor degree, derived from the Latin phrase Juris Doctorem, emerged as a beacon of legal scholarship and professional achievement. It became synonymous with the highest standards of legal education and served as a rite of passage for generations of aspiring lawyers. The Juris Doctor degree became more than just a symbol of academic accomplishment, though. It became a gateway to opportunity, a credential of competence, and a testament to the enduring pursuit of justice. Today, class of 2024, you don a purple velvet trimmed bell sleeve doctoral gown and a gold tassel on your mortarboard. You are hooded with a longer doctoral hood, empowering each of you to embark on careers as advocates, counselors, and guardians of the law. Tomorrow, may your Juris Doctor degree serve as your belt of truth, your breastplate of righteousness, a foundation of peace beneath your feet, a shield of faith, a helmet of salvation, and a sword of justice. This achievement symbolizes not just a personal milestone, but proof of what the unwavering support and solidarity of your families, friends, professors, mentors, classmates, and colleagues can do. I couldn't be more proud and inspired to congratulate my classmates for your steadfastness throughout the past 3 years. Class of 2024, congratulations. May the scales of justice be with you all.
Now, let's turn to recognizing the special accomplishments of some of our graduates. Each year, we honor some of our graduates with a number of awards. Some awards we award while asking the student to stand in place, and other awards we call up on stage. Right now, when I announce your award, please stand and remain standing. The award recipients are: the first award is the Pro Bono Distinction Award. Goes to Lucy Harrell. I have to pause a minute. With her permission, I'd like to, at the beginning, I was talking about milestones, and Ms. Harrell has already set a milestone that we probably will be talking about over the next 90 years. She was the first person in the U.S. to be accepted to an ABA-accredited law school while still incarcerated. I'll go you one better. I'll go you one better. She attended her first year of law school while still incarcerated. Thank you. The next award is the Excellence in Pro Bono Award. Goes to Carolina Melghizo. The next award, Atlanta's John Marshall Law School Award for Excellence in Appellate Advocacy. Noelia Rivera. The next award is the Judge Harold R. Banke Advocacy Award. Taylor Blumenthal. And the next award, the Henning Award for the Atlanta Bar Association Dispute Resolution Section, Devin McCoy. We have an honor society here called the Order of Quill. These are students who achieved a certain GPA in certain core courses. The Order of the Quill members are Taylor Blumenthal, Scholar of the Order. Grace Rispoli Gomez, Scholar of the Order. Derek Nunez Diaz Fernandez, Exemplar Scholar and Marshal of the Order. These next set of awards, as I call your name, please come up on stage to receive your award. The first award is the Chief Justice Leah Ward Sears Pro Bono Award. Takari Matthews. Now we have Atlanta's John Marshall Law School Outstanding Graduate Awards. For the full-time division, I believe it's Grace Rispoli Gomez. No? Oh, sorry, it's Derek Fernandez for the full-time, it's Derek Fernandez for the full-time program. Okay, we'll do it in on. Sorry. Sorry, Grace. And for the part-time division, Grace Rispoli Gomez. Now it's my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, the Honorable Judge Ronald B. Ramsey, Sr. Judge Ramsey is the immediate past presiding judge of Division B State Court and led the court through the recent worldwide pandemic by leading a team to develop technology innovations, including virtual proceedings and other platforms that will serve the court and the citizens of DeKalb County for years to come. Judge Ramsey is also the immediate past district chair for the Council of State Court Judges, where he also served as co-chair of the Legislative Committee. Judge Ramsey began his professional career in Atlanta with the National Labor Relations Board, a federal agency, after graduating with honors from North Carolina Central University in 1981. While working full-time as a federal investigator and hearing officer, Judge Ramsey enrolled as an evening student at Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. Immediately upon being admitted to the State Bar of Georgia in 1992, Judge Ramsey became a member of the National Labor Relations Board legal team. He also became a certified mediator during that period and remained a key member of the Judicial Center of Atlanta's mediation team for 18 years. In 2000, the Honorable Judge Ramsey was appointed as the first African American to serve as a municipal court judge in the city of Stone Mountain, Georgia, where he served until 2007. While serving on the bench, Judge Ramsey engaged in private practice in the areas of criminal defense, labor and employment, business and probate law. His mediation and arbitration services also comprised a significant portion of his practice. In 2015, Judge Ramsey resigned his 9-year tenure as a Georgia State Senator and his 10-year tenure as Chief Legal Officer of DeKalb County School District to accept an appointment by Governor Nathan Deal as the Associate Judge on the DeKalb County State Court. Judge Ramsey is a past Judicial Section Chair of the historic Gate City Bar Association. Judge Ramsey is also a past District 4 representative of the American Bar Association Judicial Division National Conference of Specialized Court Judges, where he was subsequently elected to the Executive Committee and ultimately served a successful term as chair of the conference. In 2022, Judge Ramsey was the second African-American judge appointed to serve as a judicial outreach liaison for the American Bar Association Judicial Division. Most recently, in 2023, Judge Ramsey was elected to serve on the House of Delegates for the American Bar Association. Please welcome Judge Ronald Ramsey.
Dean Gatewood and other esteemed faculty members and rostrum officials, proud families, friends and supporters, and most importantly you, the graduating class of 2024 at Atlanta's John Marshall Law School. Good afternoon. As we stand together on this auspicious day, let us take a moment to reflect on the remarkable journey that has led us here today. Today just is not about conquering a major hurdle in the complex world of legal academia. It is a testament to your unwavering perseverance, your boundless dedication, and your unyielding spirit. In the face of unprecedented challenges, you've demonstrated a resilience beyond measure. The trials of navigating law school amidst a global pandemic tested your resolve, yet you stood firm, adapting with strength and determination and converting obstacles into stepping stones on your path to achievement. In the face of uncertainty, you remained steadfast, your commitment unwavering, your spirit unbreakable. But resilience alone does not define you. You are relentless in your pursuit of excellence. You've dared to dream big, to push boundaries, to challenge the status quo. Like a beacon of light cutting through the darkness, your passion and determination have illuminated the path forward, inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. Yes, we are relentless. It is hard to believe that just 32 years ago, I sat in your seat of accomplishment and anticipation. I was truly the non-traditional student, which aptly describes many of you. I had a BA degree and was successfully pursuing a career in government when I discovered that I had more to give and the capacity in which to achieve it. Like me, many of you are first-generation law students. Some of you are former military, like my extern student this semester and my mentee, Joshua Redmond, of whom I'm extremely proud, or your former law enforcement personnel, bringing diverse experiences and perspectives to the legal profession. For those of you who are traditional students and have had the privilege to transition from undergraduate studies to law school, congratulations, because you've had the opportunity to study and navigate this process with some of the most dedicated and inspiring people alive. You have advanced beyond your years in this close-knit, symbiotic law school environment. The law is a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving with the tides of society. The challenges that you will face will be as diverse as the clients you will represent. There will be moments of exhilarating victories, of course, but also defeats and frustrations. As you embark upon this next chapter of your journey, remember, the law is not merely a profession. It is a calling to serve, to lead, to uphold the principles of justice and equality, and as you support the rule of law. As you graduate, you're actively studying for the arduous bar exam in July. But here's a little secret that the professors may not necessarily agree with. Right now, you're the smartest people in this building. At this moment, you collectively know more about textbook contracts, property, Civ Pro, con law, crim law, evidence, and the rest. However, as you enter the legal profession, always embody what you learned in your ethics classes. Your ethics, your integrity, your moral compass will serve as your guiding light, leading you down the right path even when the way is fraught with darkness. For it is only by upholding the highest ethical standards that we will earn the trust and respect of those in the profession and those whom you serve. And Judge Barker is here, and I'm sure he would agree with me that judges appreciate your earnestness and candor in everything you say and do before the court. Always allow knowledge and understanding to accompany you on your journey, and wisdom will be gained with each new experience. Get ahead by getting involved. Attend the state bar meetings. Join the YLD, the Young Lawyers Division, and your local voluntary bar associations. You will be enriched by the relationships and mentorship opportunities that you cultivate and the leadership exposure that you will gain. And above all, never forget the importance of giving back, whether through pro bono work or community service. Give of your time, your talents, and your expertise to make a positive impact on the world around you. And I'm sure that Chairman Malone would also implore me to have you support earnestly your alumni association. To Jennifer Gore Culpert, Antonio Lee, and Vincent Phillips, congratulations on your induction into the John Marshall Distinguished Alumni Circle. We commend you for your exemplary achievements and your unwavering commitment to excellence. May your example inspire our graduates to follow in your footsteps and to strive for excellence and to leave a lasting legacy of integrity and service. Class of 2024, today we celebrate you and your accomplishments, but tomorrow the real work begins. Armed with the knowledge, the skills, and the indomitable spirit that define a true legal warrior, go forth and make your mark on the world. Serve with honor, lead with integrity, and never lose sight of the ideals that brought you here today. The world awaits your boundless potential. Congratulations.
In this time of the program, we've reached the main event, the announcement of the graduates and the conferring of the degrees. No more excitement than that? But before we start the hooding process, I wish to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of one of your dear classmates who sadly left us at the beginning of the academic year and wasn't able to share this special moment with the rest of her class, Ms. Kali Bolea. May her memory be a blessing to all that knew her. Thank you. All right, we can begin the hooding process and conferring of the degrees.
Alyssa Cheyenne Adamson. Niku Ahmad Khosravi. Burnell Alexander III. Nathan Azarowitz. Nicholas Barker. Tiffany Duong John Barragan. Robert Baumbach. Andrea Duana Beard. Lauren Belafi. Jacob Bell Castro. Tyler Bell. Taylor Blumenthal. Alexis Burnett. Wendy Carlisle. Skylar Caudle. Joseph Chappelle. Tierra Clemens. Michael Craven. James Kinsey Dahlquist. Shanae Richards Dodson. Savannah Drexler. Tamara Sadia Amber Dunlap. Robert Ferguson. Derek Fernandez. That's good to see. Daryl Harrison Ford. Chandler Morgan Garrison. Jewel Gentry Mickelson. Skylar Gibson. Thank you so much. I didn't know before you talked. Shanae Hall. Lucy Harrell. Lauren Henderson. Michael Hosea. Aaron Jenkins. Heather Jenkins. Katie Jett. Marquez Jones. Kyle Kearns. Ashley Kreider. Redline Lamour. Nefertiri Jade Lashley. Kimberly Lattimore. Michelle Lee. Oluwatoyin Lete Ali. Trina Mayella Mampuya. Chinyere Ayana Noel Marshall. Takari Matthews Reed. Taylor McClure. Devin Simone McCoy. Brandy McNeil. Carolina Melgizo. Megan Kathleen Millsaps. Jair Paredes Novella. Sean Ragiv Parikh. Michael Pera. Kushbu Patel. Daniel Pozo. Carrie Benjamin Raziopi. Joshua Redmond. Grace Rispoli Gomez. Noelia Rivera. Jordan Robinson. Austin Kent Russell. Joshua Sachs. Blakely Sawyer. Tahira Imani Scott. Savannah Lee Smarch. Joy Christina Smith. Rebecca Lynn Smith. Jacob L. Sperber. Regina Stokes. Matthew Tans. Daryl Lorenzo Thurkield Jr. Weed Michelle Thomas. Daniel Thompson. Jacob Touchstone. Maria Paula Velasco. Blake Witzel. Chloe Micaiah Williams. Alexia Woodley. Leah Young. Maxwell Zettler. Kendrick Zuluaga.
I will ask our chairman, Mr. Adam Malone, chairman of the board of directors, to join me here at the podium. Members of the graduating class, will you please rise? Chairman Malone, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for Juris Doctorate degrees. They have completed the courses of study prescribed for them by the faculty and have successfully passed their examinations. On behalf of the faculty, I request that you confer upon them their degrees of Juris Doctorate.
Dean Gatewood, upon your recommendation, it is my privilege, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of Atlanta's John Marshall Law School, to confer upon these individuals the Juris Doctor degree with all rights, duties, and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
A final deed needs to be done. Please flip your tassels. You may be seated. We will now allow remarks for the day and evening class valedictorians to share their thoughts with their fellow classmates. First, the part-time division, Mr. Derek Fernandez. No? All right. Well, we'll start with the part-time, Taylor Blumenthal. Sorry about that. Cynthia's writing the script. All right, don't.
That's good. I didn't want to go after Derek. Thank you, Dean Gatewood. Congratulations, class of 2024. We just graduated. I don't know if you can believe it, because I don't know that I can, because my fellow 4Ls and I started law school during COVID lockdowns, which was a really weird time. Of course, I think that Marquez did start the official graduation countdown. What, 2L? Maybe like spring of 2L? A warm welcome to our friends and families. It means so much to have you here on this important day. You did so much for us throughout this entire process. You made the rough patches easier. You made the bad days better. We could not have done this without your support, and we are forever grateful. Thank you to the professors for inspiring us and challenging us to create greatness for ourselves. Thank you to the faculty and staff who never hesitated to share their time and experience with us. Your guidance has been transformative. I know for myself, and for many of you as well, the significance of this day includes recognizing the barriers that we overcame just to start law school in the first place. Many of us are first-generation law students. Many of us raised families and had entirely different careers before even starting our JD programs. Each one of you brought something unique and remarkable to our years together. I have seen my classmates deal with tragedy, overcome adversity, get married, have babies, run student organizations, work full-time demanding jobs, and still show up to a 3-hour night class with intelligent things to say. Spending this time with you has been an honor. To my family, very simply, your support over the last 4 years is what made this possible for me. My daughter, Bryce, is here. For me, being a mother is what pushed me to finally take that next step and follow my long-held dreams of becoming an attorney. It's very scary going back to school after you've been out for a while, but I can say that coming out on the other side with a JD is that much more amazing. Class of 2024, it has been a privilege. And so here we are at the end of law school, but at the beginning of the next chapter of our lives, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for all of us. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Now for the full-time division, Mr. Derek Fernandez.
Good afternoon, everyone. Friends, family, professors, my dear classmates, and everyone who is here today. Let me say, on behalf of my classmates, that it is great to see you all here. It is great to be here, and I have no words to say how happy we are that this day finally arrived. That's all I really had to say, but Dean Barger here said I should speak for 5 whole minutes, so let me try a little harder. Oh. Dear friends and family, instructions unclear. Dear friends and family, let me tell you a little bit about my classmates. Of course, you know them a lot better than I do, so nothing I will say will be a huge surprise to you. But still, there is something magical about putting these thoughts into words, because it is too easy to forget these little things during our everyday lives that I want to bring them to the limelight today, even if only a little bit. I want to tell you all why I have nothing but admiration for my fellow classmates. Some of them are mothers and fathers with children of all ages. Some of them have children who are old enough to be serving in the armed forces, all the way in Japan. And some of them on the opposite end, well, they said, I think law school is so easy. I think I'll have my firstborn child just to make it a little bit harder. And they did. Some of my classmates also already have several feathers on their caps, with law school being the latest on a long stream of achievements. I have classmates who have written books, classmates who already had long careers in other trades, and even classmates who will appear on Google as a result if you search for their names. Very intimidating. And some of my classmates, well, they just hit the ground running. They are already graduating from law school when most people their ages haven't figured out what they want to do with their lives. They're already ahead of the game, ready to brush shoulders with professionals twice their age. And I have no doubt that today's victory is just the first of many. But there's one thing that really stands out to me, that stood out throughout all these years. There's one thing that they all have in common, that we all have in common. And that I implore you never to forget. And that thing is your determination. Of course, today we're crossing the finishing line, and you should be proud and celebrating it. But whatever you do, do not forget the journey. Never forget how you felt during orientation all those years ago, when you had no idea of what would happen next. All you knew was that you scored enough in the LSAT to be admitted and that law school is hard. That's all you heard. But other than that, you had nothing but your courage and the commitment to sacrifice the time you could be spending with your loved ones as you jumped headfirst into a world you knew nothing about. Never forget how it was like in that classroom with these people. During your first day and your first week and your first semester and even your whole first year. And how late you went to sleep while writing case briefs, only for the professor to call you on the one time you were too exhausted to be properly prepared. And I swear to God, you guys could tell. You can sniff off our fears or something. Still, we were like rats in a library, being told to read books that felt as large as buildings, and to be honest, that were as heavy as buildings sometimes. But still, despite all that, you showed up on the next day, and the next, and the next. You felt tired, you felt lost, you cried, and you joked about imposter syndrome with that telltale smile of a person who isn't really telling a joke. However, the one thing you never did was to give up. And look where you are right now. That's all you. So today is not a day that is happening to you. Today is a day that you created with your own two hands because you had the determination to see through the decision that you made all those years ago. So please, again, I implore you, whatever happens in the future, whatever life throws at you, don't forget this. Be proud of whatever destinations you reach, but more importantly, remember you have the strength to finish whatever journey you decide to embark upon. If you do that, I will never stop admiring you. But of course, we didn't get here all by ourselves. So let me say this again on behalf of my classmates. Dear family, friends, loved ones, sons, daughters, sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, aunts and uncles, and everyone else who is here and who isn't here, thank you. Thank you so much. You are our support net. You are our support net. And granted, you were also the ones who had to suffer us through our lowest. When we were grumpy and sad and tired during the finals week, sleeping at 3 a.m., but you're also the ones we want to see us at our highest, which is today. And if any of my classmates didn't put it into words, although I'm sure they put it through actions, allow me to say this on their behalfs. We want to make you proud. We hope you're proud of us today, and the smile you have on your faces is the reason we did all of this. So thank you. Thank you for what you did, thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for everything that comes next. And speaking of what comes next, if you could give us 10 more weeks of your kindness while we study for the bar, that'd be much appreciated. I promise. I promise you, we will still do our chores, we'll help with the dishes, we'll help with the kids, we'll do whatever we need, but when we close that door to study, please give us 10 more minutes before you come knocking. And finally, thank you to John Marshall itself. Thank you to our professors. You were strict with us at times, most of the time some would say, but only so you could better prepare us for what lies ahead. And we know you did your best. And thank you for all the staff. We might have had little contact with you, only through emails, as you were laboring away in your offices. But no school can exist without its administration. So, in the name of the class of 2024, thank you all for being here, and thank you for joining us in our celebration. Have a great day.
Now, just like that, you all are alumni. So with that, we'll hear remarks from the president of the Alumni Association, Mr. Tavis Knighton.
Dean Gatewood, Chairman Malone, honored faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and loved family members and friends, thank you for allowing me to take part in this day. But most importantly, my fellow alumni, today marks a significant milestone in your journey. It's the culmination of years of hard work and dedication and intellectual pursuit. Here you stand on the threshold of a new chapter in your lives, and as president of the John Marshall Alumni Association, it is my great honor and my pleasure to extend each and every one of you a very warm welcome to the Alumni Association. As of today, we will no longer refer to you as graduates or students, but you are fellow alumni. You guys have made it through the legal equivalent of climbing Mount Everest in a pair of flip-flops. Yeah, your flip-flops are worn, torn, tattered. I know your feet are blistered, but hey, you reached the summit, and from this up here in this view, it's nothing short of amazing. Your achievements are nothing but impressive. And it not only reflects your personal dedication, but also it speaks volumes about the unwavering support of your family, your friends, your mentors, and others who've stood by you every step of the way. As you guys embark on your legal professional journey, I urge you to remember the 3 pillars that form the foundation of our Alumni Association: connect, hire, give. Connect. The bonds forged during your years at Atlanta's John Marshall extend far beyond the classroom. Our alumni network is a vast and diverse community of legal professionals spread across the country. Think of connecting through our alumni network like speed dating. Well, except that awkward small talk and nervous laughter. But instead, you'll be exchanging business cards with your fellow alumni and telling tall tales of legal triumphs and courtroom dramas. Seriously though, the Alumni Network is your ticket to connecting with accomplished alumni and legal professionals from all corners of the Georgia legal community. So whether you're schmoozing with alumni at mixers or sliding into DMs on our social media platforms, stay engaged, tap into the collective wisdom of our alumni network. Hire. As you venture into your legal profession, remember the power of paying it forward. I know during your law school career, many of you worked for other attorneys doing internships, externships, clerkships, and other opportunities that were provided to you by alumni paving the way for you. Now it's your turn to extend a helping hand to the next generation of legal professionals and scholars. Whether you're willing to offer an internship, mentor law students, or participate in career development programs, your willingness to hire and support fellow alumni from Atlanta's John Marshall strengthens the fabric of our community, and it ensures the legacy of excellence for generations to come. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the spirit of giving. Now, I know you guys are probably sitting there thinking, look, I just spent 3 years giving my blood, sweat, and tears. I have student loans larger than the GDP of most third world nations. What else do I have to give? Well, fear not. Giving back doesn't mean a sacrifice like a kidney donation, but you can do that if you're feeling generous. But whether it's volunteering your time, offering pro bono services for those in our community in need, mentoring law students behind you, or making a monetary donation to the school. Every little bit counts. And as alumni, you are stewards of Atlanta's John Marshall's legacy, but you are also ambassadors of its values. By giving back, you not only honor the opportunities afforded to you, but you invest in the future success of next generation of legal scholars and practitioners. In closing, as you embark on your next chapter, remember, you're not just graduates. You are alumni. You are a part of a legacy, and you carry with you not only the knowledge and skills imparted upon you by Atlanta's John Marshall, but also the values and ideals that define our profession. The Alumni Association stands ready to support you in your endeavors, and I encourage you to embrace the journey, seize the opportunities, and above all, don't forget to laugh along the way, because I know there will be family members with an occasional attorney joke. Once again, congratulations and welcome to Atlanta's John Marshall's Alumni Association. Together, let's connect, hire, and give, and continue to uphold our very proud legacy. Thank you.
Okay, we're almost to the end. Next up, we will have the benediction by Reverend Dr. David Anthony Spencer.
Let us pray as I pray in my faith tradition. Oh, gracious God, we thank you for 90 years of academic service. We thank you for diversity and unity within this class. We thank you for the birth of new family members, as mentioned earlier. We thank you for the vast achievements of these scholars. Now allow the relationships and bonds that have been established to be nurtured and flourish. Let us reflect on the lessons taught in and out of the classroom setting, and grant that the experiences shared from our professors collaborate with our knowledge, intellect, and personal experiences. Enhance our ability to listen to truth and discern what is best for our community. Be with us as we celebrate one another. In Jesus' name we pray, and let your hearts say together with a smile and a spirit of celebration, amen.
This concludes the 2024 commencement ceremony. Please remain seated and allow the platform party, faculty, and our graduates exit first to the rear of the auditorium. Thank you all for coming, and let's congratulate the class of 2024 once again.